Even the team did the 1 hour plus. Man, we just play different type of game. Three, one versus one.
Uneasy, too, on the layup. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Hold on, I just got an alert on my phone. Ooh, half off bowling after the game tonight. Who's in? And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Bucks.
Let me start out by saying, if you make it...
That does it for halftime.
And we welcome you back as we get set to bring you second half action from the NBA Cup. So for Toronto right now, Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Sharp out there with Emmanuel Quickly. The 3, Barrett. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's the Professor. Good! And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. The Professor's got 21 points in the game. Raptors trail by 8. Barrett passes to Quickly. Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Barrett. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the tray. He has 6.
Well, you have to understand, spacing is provided when you can make threes. R.J. Barrett delivers.
The Professor, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's the Professor. 3-pointer. And it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
3-pointer Sharp. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Well, Emmanuel Quickly is a combo guard who impacts both sides of the ball, Doris.
There's no question about it. He's a floor spacer. He can create for himself or his teammates. And defensively, longer than you think and very mobile.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Antetokounmpo has got 8 points.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Sharp against Jackson. Lets it fly. Here's Schroeder. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Oh, got that one up quick. And now an 8-point Bucks lead.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. And that one's good. Quickly.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Antetokounmpo inside. He's guarded by Barnes. Antetokounmpo can't connect. Pulls up on the wing. Sharp, no good. The Bucks leading by 6. Here's the Professor. Good! And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Antetokounmpo has got his 7th assist here tonight. Outside Barnes. To the middle. Shot is good by Barrett. Give him 8.
This is a relentless scorer who is unafraid to work on the inside. In the paint, RJ making his presence felt.
Here's the Professor. That's 29 for him. Fires the 3. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Barrett. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Sharp. Oh, can't convert the two-handed jam.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked. Raptors trail by 8. Outside Barrett. 1:07 left in the third. Great D that time from Middleton.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Here's Barnes. Outside Sharp. There's the three. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Now here's Barnes. Outside Sharp. Barnes a screen. Sharp against Jackson. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to the professor from behind the arc. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's the lob. It's stolen by Barnes. Fires from way outside. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Completely new group for the Bucks. So Toronto going with almost an entirely new group here. Quickly outside. Outside Sharp. Pass to Barnes. Jackson against Sharp. Goes up again. Schroeder gets the bucket.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
As always, it's Middleton and Giannis at the forward spots. Then it's Smith, then it's Jackson, and it's the professor in at point guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Now here's Quickly. Here's Schroeder, covered by Smith. Quickly deciding where to go with it. From outside, off the mark. Milwaukee leading by 5. On the take, the professor, the pass to Smith. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. That gives him a double-double in this one. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. It's Barrett on the wing. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Well, R.J. Barrett comes with an aggressiveness and assertiveness. This guy wants to capitalize on the defender's mistake. Nice.
And he can't hit the second. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Sharp. A minute 58 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
You see why he's one of the guys they want at the line in these situations.
Middleton passes to Antetokounmpo from downtown, and the Bucks hit again from deep.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Shot is good by Barrett.
One thing you know about RJ, if there's a shot to be taken, even in a big-time moment, he will step in.
There's the triple. Offensive rebound. That shot, no good. Raptors trail by 5. Pass to Barnes. Quickly from outside. Smith with the rebound. Milwaukee has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the 4th. Stolen by Quickly. Outside Barrett. Rebound, Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 14. Here's the Professor. And the Bucks miss again.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate. I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And Toronto calls time here. They're trailing by 8. There's 45 seconds left in the final quarter, and it's Quickly with a miss.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And stolen by Barrett.
And you know they're extremely disappointed right now. I mean, this one getting away from them.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
And it's incredible how taking good risk on defense often leads to good looks at the other end.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Here's Schroeder, quickly from outside. Cash! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
Emmanuel quickly displaying the willingness to attack in a big moment, and he delivers.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And an intentional foul right there. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of 2 is good. And that'll put him up 2. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
To tie it up. Oh, he got it! He got it! And tie game! Huge basket right there. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Long range from the inbound. Can't knock in the 3. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. We've got some extra excitement during this early portion of the season. Get ready for overtime action in this NBA Cup semifinal game. Let's check in with Allie LaForce for an injury update on Trae Young. Allie.
Thanks. I just talked with Milwaukee's head athletic trainer. He said there is tendinitis in the knee, and it is a source of debilitating pain right now. It's tough losing a player like this near the halfway point of the season. They'll just have to find a way to replace his production until he comes back. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. Sadly, that's not the news fans were hoping for, guys.
Definitely not. Seems like he's got a long, tough road ahead of him.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed.
Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Shaedon Sharpe. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Launches it, and again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's Schroeder. Outside Sharpe. Barrett against Middleton. Barrett can't hit. The Bucks leading by 3. The 3 ball. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
About 90 seconds off the clock at extra time now. Knocks down the triple.
And they suck the air right out of this place by drilling the 3. Could be what saves the day for them.
Jackson, pass to the professor. Back to Jackson. Out left to the wing. Shoots. Another one falls for Milwaukee.
He's been red hot. It's like one of those days when it seems like he can't miss.
And his shooting is the only reason this game is as close as it is. He's been Mr. Reliable offensively.
Now here's Barrett. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass heating. Connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Well, that's coming with force. R.J. Barrett, nothing you can do to stop that.
Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 13-5 run. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. The Professor's got 49 in the game.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Three-pointer Sharpe. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 14. Here's the Professor. He's guarded by Barnes. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes.
How about Scotty Barnes, guys? The 4th pick in his draft class. A guy who proved from the outset he was going to be reliable, efficient, versatile, and a two-way player. Pretty impressive stuff.
And he does get the second one, and that brings him with an 8.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
They've been a different squad here in overtime. I'm just not seeing the same energy level.
Shot is good by Barrett. Here's Jackson, and they go to the intentional foul. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Timeout called, the Raptors. 17 seconds left in overtime. Your thoughts, guys?
It's an opportunity for a teaching moment. I'm sure Coach will waste no time making his points.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
Here's Sharpe. Boom! He jams it straight down. And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, you like when a guy calmly steps up, knocks down the free throws, exactly what you want.
And that's an intentional foul.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both, and it's a 9-point game here.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
And so it's Milwaukee with the W, and they advance to the championship round. Just one win away from hoisting the NBA Cup.
And you know, it should be an intense matchup. There's a lot on the line between the cup, the prize money, and the chance to hang a banner.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. So long, everyone.
That's what I'm talking about. Rough game. Need to take better care of the ball. New Orleans is out. Going to be a rowdy crowd out there. Let's keep this winning streak going.
What a view of the Spring Mountains surrounding beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Nikola Vucevic.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Middleton and Giannis, the tested forward pair. Jackson is out there with the professor, and it's Smith in at the 5 down low. And for New Orleans, a bit forward, Ingram and Williamson. Then there's Hawkins, and it's Vucevic, and it's Stewart in at the point. And Greg, this one-off championship game, how does that change the strategy for these coaches?
Kevin, I think you're going to see some tighter rotations. I think the stars play a little more, maybe a curveball game plan-wise as well. But it is also great prep for the postseason.
Here's the professor. It's hauled in by Stewart. Jackson against Williamson. Stewart passes to Ingram. The rebound by Middleton. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. We've been following their streak game after game, and right now it's up to 13 in a row.
Well, you look at the discipline, the way these guys play under control. They never get out of balance when they find themselves in a hole. They just continue to fight, play their game, and enforce their own pace.
Stewart. Off target at the rim. Here's the professor. He's covered by Ingram. The professor passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's the professor. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And defensively, Stan, the Pelicans look to try and switch as much as they can.
Yeah, Kevin, and it makes sense with their personnel. It can mean reduced minutes for traditional centers at times, but that's the defensive philosophy they've committed to.
Wasted no time on that one.
It really helps their team so much when Middleton's passing with effectiveness, and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
Now here's Williamson. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Pass to the professor. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Williamson with this screen for Ingram. Here's Vucevic over Smith. That savvy little up fake there, fooling the D.
Well, moving Vucevic inside is like trying to move a brick wall.
There's the triple, and he drops it in. Just a pretty release there from the professor. The professor's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Ingram. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Vucevic kicks to Stewart. And it's off from three-point range. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against Houston. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, the professor in that last outing against the Raptors was phenomenal. He tallied 50 points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. Really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Well, that's just the pure strength and explosiveness of Williamson. Easily finishes there through the contact. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And now, joining us on the line, Shams Charania with a recent development. Shams, what's the latest?
Thank you, Kevin. The news about New Orleans today, as the Pelicans front office is making early season changes. They made a splash with the pickup of Daniel Gafford. That might not seem like a big move, but they're counting on him to play a big role moving forward. As a lob threat, there's not a lot he can't do either.
Always some exciting news happening in the NBA. We thank Shams for always bringing it to us. And the first one at the one.
Foot on the gas, MP. Get in there.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Pelicans trail by 7. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Jackson. Also the professor out there. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Johnson. And it's Clowney in at the 4 spot.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
The professor passes to Johnson. Stewart with the steal. Poke loose. Inside.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. We're closing in on 2 minutes.
Follow me up, people. Follow me up. Follow me up. Follow me up.
It's played here in the second quarter. Pass to Nisi. New Orleans moving the ball around. Stewart passes to Gafford. That one goes. Count it.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. Gafford with the steal. Stewart with it. Now defended by the Professor. From beyond the arc, Clowney pulls it in.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Launches it. A three-pointer is right on target. Clowney's got 5.
Well, with his size, Valanciunas can survey the whole floor and pick out those big openings to take advantage of.
Now, here's Stewart. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's the Professor, guarded by Stewart. A Professor, good.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Stewart up top. Rebounded by the Bucks.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Jones with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Hawkins kicks to Jones. Cans it from downtown. Jones has got his second basket of the night.
It's a nice little sleight of hand trick there by Jones.
Bucks leading by 6. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Johnson, the pass to the Professor. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Get any turnover for the next 1 minute.
The Professor's got 5 points now in the quarter. And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, the Professor.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looks.
Now, here's Stewart. Williamson up top. Out to the right wing. Stewart kicks to Williamson. Just 5 on the clock. Over Giannis. And it's Williamson missing.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Drills it from outside. The Professor's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bucks.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's McGowans. 8 points his last outing. And here is Gafford. Pass to Williamson. And here's Ingram from the arc. Rebound by Smith.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And they're running. Here's Stewart, and the rejection by Smith.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And so we conclude the first half. Bucks ahead, ending the second quarter on a 15-5 run. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Thanks for...
I can say I've been pumped about this tournament, especially the last few weeks. But the semifinals, we're excited, and now.
And both these teams plagued by the injury bug. Here's a look at who... And that concludes halftime. Now
There's always a buzz around Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We got the second half of the Cup Championship on 2K Sports. What a game we're seeing from the Professor.
Yeah, the passing he brings to the table on full display through the first two quarters.
Well, it's nothing new for him. They are at their best when he's setting the table like that.
Up it forward, Ingram and Williamson. And it's Vucevic, then there's Hawkins. And it's Stewart in at point guard. And that's the group for Willie Green as we begin the second half. Here's the Professor. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And after the intensity of these last few NBA Cup games, do you all think it'll be hard for these teams to settle back into the regular season?
They'll have to adjust their mindsets for sure. Back to thinking about the long haul, not the do-or-die scenario of the NBA Cup.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pelicans are putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands. He said, I'm just playing chess within the game, seeing how the defense is guarding me. I'm going to pick my spots. My teammates trust me to make the right decision, but they also trust me to be me when that time is right. Kevin, I'll let you be you.
And I love when you are you, David. Thank you so much. Stewart misses.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. The league's long-distance Bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
Well, you look at the Professor. He's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Here's Williamson following the bucket by the Bucks. Over Giannis. Rebound by Smith.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Greg, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill, it's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
Now, here's Stewart. 5 points in the game.
Can you please hold on, please? Let me finish my work. Just hold on, I don't forget. Like, I did not forget. So.
Ingram outside. The shot missing. Smith with the defensive effort. Bucks leading by 16. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
And here are the Pelicans now after the basket by Milwaukee. Pass to Williamson. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Williamson's got 9.
And such a force moving around the paint. Zion goes where he wants.
A professor, good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Pelicans making a change here. McGowan's checked in.
Sorry. We are winning us.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Aaron Wiggins, he's checked in for Smith. Johnson comes in for Chris Middleton. Johnson, he's checked in for Jackson. And the professor subbed in for Lillard. Johnson against Jones. Three-pointer. The shot will not fall. Bucks leading by 14. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Johnson is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then there's the professor. Then it's Johnson, and it's Clowney in at the center position. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Bucks?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And we're also seeing a lot from them at the arc in this one. Tonight, it's been all about that 3-ball for these guys.
Milwaukee with the ball. New Orleans knocking down that triple moments ago.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
At the top of the key, Gafford. Pass to Nisi. Gafford sets the pick for Jones. No good with the triple. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Milwaukee. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Bucks passing it around. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And he is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And timeout called by Willie Green. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Williamson, the pass to Ingram. Vucevic, a screen on Middleton for 3. Ingram. And again, New Orleans has no up.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the dunk by Smith.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Williamson kicks to Vucevic. Ingram outside. Pass to Williamson. Vucevic setting the pick for Williamson. And again, no good by New Orleans. Here's Milwaukee now. They've got an 8-0 run, and it's slammed in by Smith.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game. and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for him right now.
Tipped away. Here's the professor. He takes it in.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Pass to Vucevic. To the middle. Fucking shot good.
And providing the support boy they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by the Bucks.
And Middleton kicks to Jackson. Here's the professor. And the three off target.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Stewart. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Here's the professor. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. The professor's got 13 points in the second half.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wing.
Now here's Ingram. 46 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Dan, I look at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scores along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram did.
What a talent.
Yeah, for Ingram, it's just all about staying healthy because when he is, he's a huge piece for this team.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's the professor. Puts up a deep three. And it's Mellodown with the rebound. Pass to Webb. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. 27 seconds left in the game. Here's the professor. Traps in the tray. The professor's got 32 points.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
From past the arc.
Good. Just a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range, just in a groove now, and that tray has been deadly.
And they've done it. We have crowned our first champions of the season, the winners of the NBA Cup.
Well, they earned that trophy, and man, the Cup certainly added another layer of excitement to the NBA calendar.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. So long.
That's what I'm talking about. Good job, MP. I see. Visualize the win tonight. Then go out and take it.
MP, you're my favorite player, man. Oh.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Performing our national anthem, that was Skylar Cole. And now we'll be back in just a moment. Season's greetings and Merry Christmas to everyone joining us here at 2K Sports. It's time for a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Miami Heat. Hi, folks. This is Brian Anderson. I'm with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Midway through the year, we've got a moment to check out the Eastern Conference standings. You look at Milwaukee. They're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat. And, of course, Miami just need to keep fighting.
I think for the Bucks, I really think the high expectations put a certain amount of pressure on these guys. But to their credit, they have really stepped up to it.
I think every great team welcomes the challenge of trying to be elite, and they want to do it on a nightly basis.
And the starting lineup for Miami. In at forward, they're going with Jaquez Jr. and Butler. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Matthews in at the two-guard spot. And for Milwaukee, as always, it's Middleton and Giannis at the forward spots. Then it's Jackson. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's the Professor in at the one. Well, Grant, there's a lot to love about Christmas Day, not the least of which are the great NBA matchups we always get.
Oh, B.A., we've seen some Christmas classics over the years, haven't we? Something about playing on this holiday brings out the best in players and teams.
And, of course, MP has made it known he expects an all-star nod this season. And any matchup that challenges his spot, he's going to take very seriously.
The special part of MP's game is how spectacular he is under the brightest lights. When he faces high-caliber stars, he turns it up to another level. Fans have come to expect excellence from him against top talent, and I'd be shocked if he wasn't a shoo-in as a top all-star vote-getter.
And he drives in. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Love it when Hero gets in there and goes strong like that because he can bully sometimes on the drive.
To the wing on the left. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for three.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's a three-point game. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Minnesota.
That was a great win for them. Nobody liked their chances coming into the game, but when they got to OT, they put the hammer down.
Well, once they could taste that upset, they weren't going to let this one slip away. Ferocious in that overtime period.
Here's Butler. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it.
Merry Christmas.
In Miami.
Now here's Adebayo. Against Minnesota, he was really on his game. And yep, it's good.
And that's how you share the ball. They got what they wanted, and Butler put the finishing touches on it.
Fires from deep. And it's the professor missing. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Butler passes to Matthews. Adebayo against Valanciunas. And it's Bam Adebayo scoring on a gorgeous play.
Bam knowing what to do. He's owning the paint right now.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the professor in the last outing against the Magic was tremendous. He scored 64 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line.
Good. After I don't do what I got for. The guy fall. See the way everybody they hear me.
You know say your phone dey ring?
Huh?
You know say your phone dey ring?
Ah.
That's because you know the hear am. I know I say my mind just dey there. See, but you don't even dey aware. Say your phone dey ring.
No. You don't receive him?
Okay, you don't come here. 69. 69. 69. 100 and 103.
Hey, no good reach that now. Wow. No. You send me 50 first. You 50 for me.
Line as well. What a game for him, and against their rivals no less, which had to make him feel extra special. Guys, back to you.
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, BA, I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
They're going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Now here's Hero. 5 points in the game. Outside Jaquez. 1:25 left in the first quarter of the game. And there's Hero on the assist from Jaquez. Hero's got 8 points.
I already said close. For inside Kobana, for that boutique place, make she bring some dress on me. Yes, that aside. Then
The Bucks trail. Brent, it didn't take long for Jaquez Jr. to establish himself as one of the steals of his draft class.
Yeah, the interesting thing with where he played was how he gained the confidence of the teammates around him. A lot of expectations about playing winning basketball. Well, Jaquez did a lot of that in college. He's got great feel, great size, and seems to be in the right spot most of the time.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And how about we check the numbers for Bam Adebayo?
He's been playing a larger role in their offense over the past 5 games. And we see that in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
We'll make substitutions. We've got Damian Lillard, Smith out there with Johnson. And it's the professor in a shooting guard. That's the group from Milwaukee right now.
Pretty much having the green light on the offensive end. Tyler Hero gets explosive to score.
Here's Clowney. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. The professor with a bucket.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Matthews. Damian Lillard with the rebound.
I saw a green light there, but D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
And it's the professor missing. Heat trail by 4. Here's Matthews. He's averaging about 6 points per game. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. 4-3. And it's the professor missing. Jones with the ball, guarded by Smith. Hero outside. Takes a 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got his 5th assist in this one. Here's the professor. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him.
Ooh, this guy is as hot as they come from distance. Defensively, you almost have to pick him up once he crosses half court.
Now here's Jones. 1:56 left in the second. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Milwaukee. Leading by 4. Pass to the professor, to the paint. Here's Clowney. Here's Lillard. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Total lack of hesitation. Lillard trusting his selections completely.
Jones, the pass to Adebayo. Back to Jones. In close, he hits it. Jones has got his first points of the game.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And the Bucks will go for a different look here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Smith. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Clowney. Middleton is checked in for Johnson. And it's Jackson in for Lillard.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Butler. Adebayo, a screen on Middleton. And here's Butler outside. Giannis with the rebound. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. The professor with a bucket.
He's having a remarkable first half from three-point land. He's been dialed in since the moment he stepped on the floor.
Down low. That's good from Jones. And the assist by Butler. Jones has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, that's just Jones finding a gap in the defense and then trying to take advantage.
Jackson, the pass to the professor. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Jones feels it out. 19 seconds left in the second period. Puts it up. Valanciunas with a rebound.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And the first half now in the books. The Bucks on top. They lead by 13. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year.
A lot of high flyers on this list. I've seen what they can do in-game. Curious to see what they can do on the big stage when the lights are bright.
It's hard to go wrong with anyone from this group. I'm glad we have a front row seat.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're moving at a...
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And welcome back, one and all, for more NBA Christmas Day action. Well, you hear team execs say all the time, you're either selling wins or you're selling hope. How true is that, Brent?
Well, if you're an executive BA, just be right about whatever it is that you're selling. And you got to be realistic. I mean, fans are smart. They understand where your team is. Are you a playoff competitor? Are you young and growing? So that's hope. If you're going deep into the playoff run, you want the wins.
And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. In it forward, they're gone with Jaquez Jr. and Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's Matthews in at the shooting guard position.
And you can see Jaquez is getting more and more comfortable operating off the ball.
Middleton passes to Jackson. Here's Valanciunas. Five on the clock. Back to Jackson from outside the arc. Nails it from three. Jackson's got 7.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Hero, the pass to Butler. To the middle. Hero with the bucket.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
The Bucks leading by 11. Pass to Jackson. Here's the professor. Jacks up a 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, BA. Unbelievable.
And here's Adebayo. Here's Matthews. To the paint. And finished off by Adebayo.
And for Bam, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Milwaukee has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. And it's the professor missing.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Pass to Jaquez. Three-pointer. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. After this game, they can look forward to Boston, where they will match up against the Celtics. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Out of bounds, it'll be Heat ball. And on the 2K leaderboard, the teams that have stonewalled offenses over the last month. Number 1, Milwaukee.
Over the last month, this team has shown strides defensively. The effort level has been much improved.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Middleton passes to the professor. Puts up a deep three. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Heat trail by 10. To the inside. Here's Butler. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. There's Jackson with the three. Hits the trifecta. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Adebayo. Butler surveying the floor. Fires the three. The rebound by Jackson.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
The professor with a bucket.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They're pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Hero. Pure. That's basket number 9 on 12 tries.
They have no answer. Defensively inside.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Milwaukee leading by 14. 56 seconds left in the third. Lillard up top. Adebayo's checked in for Wiseman. Moore comes in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Matthews in for Hero. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Yabusele. Pass to Jones. Lays it up and banks it in.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
They've got Johnson, Damian Lillard out there with Smith, and it's Clowney in at the 4. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Out to the wing, takes the 3. Matthews' shot is good.
And you can see that, right? Jones and his court sense out there, outstanding at whipping that pass to an open teammate.
Here's the professor. And it's Miami with a rebound.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Here's Matthews. Misses the 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's the professor. And again for 3.
And night in and night out, you can count on him to really stretch the defense.
Would you believe he's now tied for 5th most triples in a single season? And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Smith. Antetokounmpo comes in for Clowney. Middleton is checked in for Johnson. And it's Jackson in for Lillard. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Hero for three, and a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Hero's got 25 points in the game.
Well, if he's hitting shots from there, he becomes so much more dangerous.
It's tipped. Butler with a steal. Here's Jaquez. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. They'll pin that on Chris Middleton.
Aggressive move there from Jaquez. He can put a lot of pressure on your defense.
And he sinks the second. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Antetokounmpo. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Antetokounmpo's got his first 2 points of the night. And so Hero will bring it up to the Miami Heat. Down by 15.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Pulls it on the money with the jumper. Hero's got 9 points now in the second half.
Yeah, and this is why Hero was a lottery pick back in 2019, because of how incredible of a score.
Connects again from distance.
And now claiming the mark for hitting the 5th most threes in a season. Wow.
A tremendous feat. It's incredible how he can control the game from the perimeter. Back to Adebayo. Nice D from Valanciunas.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
The Professor, the pass to Middleton. Here's the Professor. Good! Another from three.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Bucks.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for the Professor.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Pass to Matthews. Inside, here's Adebayo. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here's Milwaukee. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Jaquez. Can't hit the reverse layup. Here's the Professor. Excellent D there from Hero. The ball's knocked loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. So this one belongs to the Bucks. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire 2K crew thanking you for watching. So long, everybody.
Solid effort tonight on both ends.
You've made a lot of progress towards your goal. People are talking about how you delivered in big games against big-time players.
Thanks, Coach. I just wish I would have been able to lock in just a little bit more, man.
Something to work on for the future. Still, people are impressed. You showed them what you could do.
You think I'll make All-Star?
Cliff says you got a real good chance. Just got to wait and see what the voters do.
I can live with that.
Nice work, MP. You did a good job.
Appreciate you, Coach.
These fans make a lot of noise. Let's quiet down. All right, baby. Let's get down.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy how all the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis, the tested forward pair. Jackson is out there with the professor, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5. Now here's White. Shot clock at 6. That's to Porzingis. Over Valanciunas. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Here's the professor, guarded by Tatum. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And now we have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, the professor.
He's really been on his A game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
A shot by Pritchard, no good. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the chart.
Here's Brown. He picked up 27 points in the last win against the Nets in Brooklyn. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. I asked him how he'll try to handle Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. The coach remarked, handle? You can't handle Giannis. We'll give him different looks and clog lanes, but really all we can do is pray a shot isn't falling. There's nothing wrong with asking for a little divine intervention on defense tonight, I guess. Guys?
All right, David, thanks.
Inside, Porzingis can pretty much take what he wants. He's just too tall.
A professor, good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Porzingis kicks to White. And here's Tatum for three. And the professor pulls it down. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Out left to the wing. Here's the professor. That three off the mark. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.